Hi guys, happy to see you joining me today, and I have to say guys, today I'm super excited because we are going to unbox Figuarts ZERO Eustass Kid Battles of Monsters on Onigashima. This is one of the figures that I have been wanting to have for quite a while now. I mean, the pictures on the internet look amazing, and now that I finally have him here, even though he's still in the box, I have to say he looks really great just from the first look, and I'm super excited to unbox him today. So Kid was one of the three captains that fought Kaido and Big Mom on Onigashima alongside with Luffy and Law. And Figuarts Zero actually released the figures of all three captains, and I already have Law, if you can see him in the background, or check my earlier video. I'm still waiting for Luffy to arrive, but soon I should have him. And but from all of the three captains, I think this guy looks the best, at least like from the pictures. But now I finally physically have him, and I really can't wait anymore, guys. Let's unbox. Alright guys, we finally have him out of the box, and let's have a quick look. By the way, I had to switch to wider camera mode because this figure is quite tall and he couldn't fit in the camera take otherwise. So this figure is Kid being mid-air launching his attack. I think in the anime it's called Punk Gibson if I'm not mistaken. And he used this to punch Scratchman Apu because that guy betrayed him in the anime. Maybe I should have said spoilers, but if you watch my videos, I think you are already catch up with One Piece stuff. So this Punk Gibson, the metal arm, is actually the main support for the figure. It is what's holding Kid mid-air, but it is actually not the only support part. As you can see here, the main body is additionally supported by what seems to be a smoke coming out from the attack or some kind of debris. And this and the arm forms the main support for the figure, and the figure actually is very stable. Yeah, it stands very well with no signs of instability. And that's always a nice feature because it's not guaranteed for all figures. Also, this figure comes in one piece, no pun intended. It means that there are no several parts that you need to assemble. It's just one whole figure. So you don't need to do any assembling or anything. And for me, that's always better than having figures in parts because sometimes the parts don't really hold when you assemble them. They don't really hold well. That's what I meant to say. For example, I had this issue with the Blackbeard figure. You can check out the video, I mentioned it there. But basically some of the parts didn't hold well and they were just falling off. So I always like it better when you don't need any assembling. Let's move in for some details. So here's the Punk Gibson. You can even see some cogs here. some metal parts. I really like the details. Okay, and here's his face. I think it's quite on point. If I can lift him, he's quite heavy. This is his arm. His right arm, he has some scar on even. Red fingernails. He's actually quite heavy. And here is the Captain Kid figure compared to the Trafalgar Law figure. They are from the same series, Battles of Monsters on Onigashima. They should be the same scale. I'm pretty sure they are. And yeah, I have to say they look amazing. And I'm really looking forward to get my Gear 4th Luffy, which is from the same series. Alright guys, that was a quick review of Figuarts ZERO Eustass Kid. In general, it's a very pretty figure. I got him for quite a bad deal actually. I got him for like 230 euros, which is kind of a higher price point. If I did my research, I could actually find some shops that had him only for 200 euros. This guy cost me almost double the amount that I paid for Trafalgar Law. And if you want him, then I really recommend to do some research, because at least if you are in Europe, I think you can find some shops that have him for a better deal, like around the 200 euros, which I think is the MSRP for this figure. And it is a bit strange because they are from the same series, but this guy is like much more expensive. I guess it's because you need more material to actually build this figure. You can tell that he looks a bit more robust. But yeah, that's my advice, guys. Do some research on finding some good deal on this figure. Learn from my mistakes, guys. I think the 200 euro is the acceptable price for this figure. If we put aside the higher price point factor, I think he's a great figure. He looks amazing. And yeah, I'm not sure if I told you guys already, but One Piece is my favorite anime. And every time I got a new figure, it brings me so much joy and it makes me so happy to put them into my collection. And they will stay a great pieces of memory when time passes on. And there you have it, guys. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will put the exhibition of this guy at the end of the video, so definitely check it out, and we'll see each other in the next video, which will probably be the Luffy one.